music to with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. We'll be joined here by our brother Tim in a little bit, but we've got a decent card for you guys today. We got 6 games in the NBA. Tim will be focusing on that with you guys, and I will be going over this massive 12-game slate we have in the National Hockey League. I've already moved on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides for the 12 games here in this one. I kind of like this card. There's a couple other spots I'm kind of looking at a little bit. We'll get into those. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1 went right, 1 went wrong in the world of sports betting. Overall, I think yesterday was down less than half a unit, so nothing crazy there for that. Sorry, group of people passed by there, but yeah, we have recap of yesterday was down less than half a unit. It should have been down about 2 units, but we saw a really nice comeback yesterday for the Colorado Avalanche. That was a nice little winner there, but we'll get into that. We start off the day with Wichita State -3. That was a nice little winner there, and then we had a little bit of Washington +3.5 +135. Which wasn't the greatest there. They were keeping it close basically the entire game until it wasn't, which was fun. Washington +135 fell as well. Temple got the job done. A little bit of a nail-biter at the end. They led a decent amount that game. A little bit of nail-biter at the end. They get the job done there. Toronto +3.5 +135. Fell late. They were keeping it close basically the whole game until the fourth quarter. They kind of fell apart and just couldn't make up that difference. Colgate -6.5 was as easy as it gets. They're up 19 at halftime. I think they were up 13 points like 10 minutes in or something like that. They were covering for basically the entire game as a 6.5-point favorite. So that was a nice little easy winner there. The Blues 3-1. That was a nice little winner there. +130. I got paid out when it was 3-0 because I bet that on Bet365. But yeah, I let the Blues as home dogs comes through again. I've got to stop betting the Memphis Grizzlies +105. They get beat by 12 at home against the Hornets last night. So not a good result there for Memphis at all. Took a shot with Golden State +7 +230. They lose by 10. They were keeping it close for a decent amount of the game there, but just no good there. A terrible blowout loser there from the Washington Capitals. They tied it up at 2 after being down 2-0, and then 5 consecutive Oilers goals make it 7-2. But when we talk about consecutive goals, down 3-0 late in the second period, Colorado scores, make it 3-1. They score 2 in the third period, 1 in overtime, and they win in overtime. So last night it was the Avalanche. 2 nights ago it was the Panthers. The 2 teams I have Stanley Cup futures on look like they're built different. They can come back from whatever lead. They look dangerous as all hell, and I'm thrilled having Colorado and Florida in my back pocket for futures there. But that is enough for today's slate. We'll head into the chat, and then we will get into the card for today. One person in the chat right now, EQ, what's good? Good morning. Morning. We'll move into the first matchup here. This line has moved a decent amount since I bet it yesterday. I bet a lot of my stuff yesterday afternoon, so I'm assuming lines are going to move a decent amount. Let's get up the line history in this one here. Let's slide that over. Nope. Come on. Not that one. There we go. Just being tricky right now. There we go. I've just got to get the split screen going here and get it loaded up. because this line was a lot different last night, and is this page really not going to load? There it is. Now I just got to get it over to hockey, and then we can get into the line history in the spot here. But when that's loading, we'll head over to the cash flow in this game, see if action wants to be useful for today or not, because it just hasn't been very useful the last few days, and neither does the site I usually want to be. My internet's so slow right now. What is going on? We'll just get into the line history here. We'll get it off of BetStamp. In this one here, line history. If this wants to load, nothing wants to load today. This is fun. There we go. DraftKings. This line opened up at DraftKings with the load. There we go. Opened up at minus 170 for the Red Wings. That's yesterday at 8 o'clock. What are we doing? There we go. A line opened up at minus 180 on DraftKings. It has done nothing but plummet. It's down to a 162 here on DK. And as for the total in this game here, it opened up at a 6.5 minus 105. It's a 6.5 minus 115. So we've had a move towards the over. We've had a move towards the Coyotes in this spot here. And I think this line move is correct towards the Coyotes in this game. This is pretty plain and simple for me. You guys know the way I've been betting the last few games with these Detroit Red Wings. They are the dead wings right now. And until Dylan Larkin returns, we're going to bet against. The best available line you can get for the Coyotes right now is I'm seeing plus 141, but there's probably better options out there. I'm seeing, that's at Scott Trade, New Jersey, which I don't have access to. The best one I can find is plus 136 on DraftKings here. I like Arizona. I got them at $1.50 yesterday. This is not a backing of the Arizona Coyotes. It's very similar to the Buffalo Sabres game the other day. This is a fade of the Detroit Red Wings, and I will continue to fade this Detroit Red Wings team until they get Larkin back, until they start to turn things around, because this team has been an absolute gold mine betting against as of late. So we're going to start off here with a Dead Wings fade. Coyotes plus 150 for me. I would still take it at plus 136. I would take it at plus 130. I would take it all the way down to plus 125 range in this one. Give me the Yotes, a little bit of Coyotes action here for this game. Red Wings money line. No Red Wings. The Red Wings. Arizona money line. Yes, Arizona money line. Darlene Byram. Remember the names. I think this is an awesome blue line for the Buffalo Sabres. We'll get into the Buffalo Sabres in a little bit here. UCLA money line. Good luck. Leaning the Yotes. Yeah, I got the Yotes early yesterday. Morning, Nick. Morning. No, Tim A. He'll be here in a little bit. You got Marcos. You should know on Tuesday, Thursdays. Tim is late a little bit because I have to start the show early. We'll move on to the next game here. This game has really not too much appeal for me. We have the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens. We have the Bruins as minus 210 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. Let's see if we can get the lines here for, or do we have to get into? There we go. Now I can switch this over to hockey. And finally, the site that I use is somewhat working. So there we go. Let's go over to the cash in this game real quick before we get back there, where there's basically nothing. This is pretty useless. Last game, 17% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is on the Coyotes, only about 450 tickets in. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. On DK, this line opened up with the Canadiens as plus 190 dogs. They're now plus 195. So we've had to move towards Boston in this game. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 105. It's now a 6 at plus 102. So we have a 7-cent line movement towards the under in this game as well. And looking at my projections for this game, I have obviously I see value here getting plus 190 at home with Montreal. Do I really want to back the Canadiens, though, against the Bruins? Not really. The Bruins have kind of had their number a little bit. And I kind of lean towards an under here a little bit as well. I thought this number should be a little bit more towards the 5.5 number. But do I trust the goaltending and the defense of the Montreal Canadiens right now? Not particularly. So for me, it's a lean towards Montreal. It's a lean towards the under in this game. I don't trust either to get the job done. So it's a pass for me in this spot in this game. We'll head back to the chat. Blues and Predators money line was nice. There you go. Yeah, Blues got the job done yesterday, which was nice. Yotes reverse puck line in the over. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. LOL, Nick. Okay, Nick. Yeah, see you soon, Timmy. Timmy will be here in just a second. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Show some appreciation, subscribe and share. 1 second. I have a group coming through, so if Tim could take over, that'd be nice.
Not going to do it.
There we go.
Nope.
1 second. I got mute.
So what Nick is trying to say is that the Sabres are going to absolutely smack around. Anyways, haha, the Twins going to head-to-head for one NHL game. Yes, we are. I like the over, maybe the draw. Canadians should cover the puck line. The 1.5 puck line, they've been one of the better teams at doing that, so why not? Let's see. We get to head to this fun game, which I'll introduce because are you good now? Or?
There we go. We're good.
All right.
Yeah, no, we're good. I just had a big group walk by the table I'm at, so I didn't want that noise to be part of the stream. I appreciate you jumping on at that time. That was perfect timing there for that. Let's get into it here. We had the PNC Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina, as we have the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Florida Panthers in this game here. We have a couple battles of me and you today, Tim, because we have obviously Islanders, Sabres today, but we have two teams that we have futures on here in this game. I got futures on the Florida Panthers. You've got futures on the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's get into this one here. Taking a look at the line history in this spot where this line opened up as I clicked the Ranger game, not the Hurricane game.
Good job.
Let's see. I have this line opened up at a minus 120. It's up to a 125 now. So we've actually had a slight move towards Carolina, which is kind of interesting here. And then we had the line open up at a 6 at plus 100. It's now a 6 at plus 105. So we've had a slight move towards the under. We've had a slight move towards Carolina in this game. Let's take a look if there's any type of cash flow on this one. This one may have some because it's one of the bigger games. And I would be incorrect. Our 55% tickets, 88% of the cash is on Florida, but only 750 tickets in. I love how useless Action Network's been the last few days. I'm so glad I'm paying for that service, and I'm getting absolutely nothing for it. But for me in this game, my projections, I have the Panthers as a minus 120 favorite in this game. I bet them at plus 105 last night on, what was it, Bet 365. These two teams just played not too long ago in Carolina. Florida scored to make it 1-0. VAR took it back, and then with 20 seconds left, Carolina scored to win the game 1-0. Would it surprise me to see this game, after a 1-0 game between the last two teams, this game be 4-3? No. I kind of think this could be a sneaky over. Numbers have this game at 5.7 projected goals, so yeah. I took the Panthers at plus 105. You give me the best road team in hockey with a little bit of revenge that they're looking to serve after the last time they lost to the Hurricanes here in this spot. A potential Eastern Conference Finals matchup, I kind of see it more being Rangers and Panthers rather than Hurricanes and Panthers. But I'm on the Florida Panthers in this game here. A little revenge spot here for Florida after losing that last game in Raleigh.
I know you got that game from last time. I'm kind of leaning towards Carolina after their pathetic offensive performance against the Rangers. Is this something I'm going to get to? Maybe. I feel like Carolina could be an interesting spot here. I know everybody loves the Panthers. And the Panthers they're a really good team. So I'm not going to tell people that they're a bad team and I'm fading them because they're fake. No. This is a team that's won 2 straight and 8 out of their last 9 games. And the last 2 losses that The crazy thing is they haven't lost by the puck line since January 19th. If they've lost any games since then, which, by the way, their last puck line loss was 6-4 against, the Wild. If there was a game that they lost, it was 2-1 or 1-0. I kind of lean under in this game. I could see a very defensive style hockey game, especially like playoff style hockey here. I do lean towards Carolina in this game, though.
I only worry with the under in this game. This feels like the most blatantly under game of the entire slate.
It could be
the only under game, or I think game that people are anticipating. This is going to be 1-0, 2-1 type of game.
I could definitely see that, but that's just me. You go talk to the chat. I'm gonna load up college basketball plays because I did not do that last night.
Okay, I don't think there's any spreadsheet plays. So
I know I have the plays that I like.
But yeah,
which I'll text you them in a minute.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we already did that one. Chicago +4 and money line. They won in OT. Yeah, we had a couple nice OT winners last night, Tim. We had the Bulls. We had the Avalanche. Bulls, they won in OT. That was a great result for me there. I ended up grabbing the Avalanche down 2-0 at +310 on Bet365. That was a nice one there. 14 days until MLB opening day, and actually we have 6 days until we get MLB regular season action. We get the Soul games, which, spoiler, I will be on the Padres both games because I think they split that. LeBum and the Fakers go down in Sacramento. Yep. Panthers money line. Yes, Panthers money line. Pistons won the bum fight. Yeah, I had a little bit of Raptors. That was not fun there. I don't even know what that is. Panthers, yeah, Panthers. Upset of the night last night. Cavs shorthanded undermanned, go into New Orleans and win by 28 points. Dogs. Yeah, that was a game I wished I didn't leave off my card. Yeah. This game will go under. I see a lot of people love the under in that game. So, I mean, I only look over in this game between Carolina and Florida. You didn't take Cleveland money line? No, I didn't. I stayed off that spot. Sup, Earls? What's good, Nunya? Frederick Anderson in net. Cool. Took Cleveland +6.5. There you go. I'm on the over at 5.5. Yeah, I'm tempted to take that over 5.5. I really am. Let's cash twins. What's good, Moneyline Mills? I had some painful losses in college basketball. Texas lost an 8-teamer, and the Grizz completely collapsed in the second half. Yeah. I took the Avs +350 with 6 minutes to go in the third, and the draw as well at 6-1. Dang, there you go. But we will move on to this matchup here. We have the New York Islanders and the Buffalo Sabres in this one here. Pick 'em in this game. Total of 6 in this spot. Kind of an interesting matchup here. Kind of an interesting situation here for the New York Islanders, which could be a little bit tricky heading into this game. But let's get into the line history in this one. Line opened up at a pick 'em on DraftKings, -110 on both sides. Now we're seeing -112 for the Islanders. A 2-cent line movement towards New York. Line opened up at a 6.5. Within 13 minutes, it's down to a 6, and since then it's moved nothing towards the under 12 cents since the original line moved from 6.5 down to 6. As for the cash flow in this game, I'm gonna guess a whole lot of nothing. We have 54% of the tickets are on the Sabres, and then we have 88% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the under in this game here. Looking at my projections for this game, I have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen taking on Ilya Sorokin in this game. I have the Islanders as around -115 favorites in this game, so I don't see much value on this one. Situationally, this is a terrible Islanders spot. They're coming back from a West Coast trip, 3 games in California, and before they can head home, they have to head to Dirty Buffalo. So this is just a weird spot for the Islanders having to go. This feels like a similar spot to what the Red Wings were in the other night when the Red Wings came back from that West Coast trip. The only difference is the Islanders have actually been playing okay hockey as of late. I lean draw in this spot because these are two teams that need points, and I could see the Drawlanders and the Thailanders of Draw Island being able to force this game into overtime. I lean draw in this game. As for the total, I have this game projected around 5.25. So actually, I see a nice value on this under here in this spot. The Islanders defensively has been really strong as of late. They haven't given up more than 2.6 expected goals in 8 of their last 9 games. So this has been a team that has gone back to playing that more defensively responsible hockey that we know them to play. So I could see this game being 1-1, 2-2 heading into overtime in this game. So I lean draw and I lean under in this game. I'm thinking I'm going to stay off both though.
Yeah, I'm going to bet the Sabres. As you mentioned, it is a rough spot for the Islanders. And the Sabres have actually, I know they've lost a couple games. They've been playing good hockey. And I think this is a team that's slowly turning it around. And they win tonight. And what else do we got? What else are we looking for? Maybe the Rangers win tonight, help us out with Tampa Bay a little bit, and the Red Wings could lose. You could all of a sudden be talking about a Sabres team that's 3 points out for a playoff spot. So this is a huge game. This is a huge game for the Sabres. That. Hey, you never know. Miracle run. I put my 15-1 ticket on the Sabres to win, to get into the playoffs. They win today, and especially against an Islanders team who is one of the teams that they're trying to catch. I think this is a very, very important game. I think the Sabres take it. It could be an overtime game. It could definitely be an overtime game. And I remember the last time these two teams played in overtime. Just saying, Dylan Cousins. But I will hopefully, and I remember the last time that these two teams played a meaningful game in March, the Islanders won playing soccer. So hopefully they decided to play hockey today. I remember that Fletching kicking goal.
You're still salty about that, aren't you?
We were 1 point off of a playoff spot.
The one that deflected off.
That cost us going to overtime, and all of a sudden you could have looked at us possibly making the playoffs last year. So. Yes, I'm salty about that one, along with some other games. But
how about not losing to the Blackhawks last year? How about not losing?
Anyways, I think the Buffalo Sabres take care of business against the Islanders today. We'll bring Nick back in, and Nick, you can head back to the chat.
After those remarks, I should have you going back to the chat.
I'm putting up all the college basketball games. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Shit, it's the Twins be coming in, slapping the bookies.
Let's get it.
Hey, what's good, JPZ? Sabres money line. I noticed there's more Sabres fans at games lately.
Yeah, because they're meaningful games now.
Islanders draw. Yeah. It's Ukko, Pekka, Lokinen.
Sorokin doesn't scare me
though. Yeah.
No, Varlamov scares me. Sabres have
Varlamov's not starting.
I know. Varlamov. Sabres have really bad numbers against Varlamov. They have better numbers against Sorokin.
Yeah. Sabres and under sweaty lean draw. Or sweaty under lean draw. Tim, we cut him off. Yeah,
I had to. We had to get.
We'll get into the next matchup here. Another very important matchup here in the wild card race, because we have the Tampa Bay Lightning hosting the New York Rangers. The Rangers are minus 115 road favorites with a total of 6 in this spot. This line opened up at a minus 110. It's up to a 115 on DraftKings here for the Rangers. This line opened up at a 6 at minus 115. It's not moved off of that 6. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, see if we have any. We do 65% of the tickets, 91% of the cash on the Rangers, 600 tickets in. So nothing crazy there when it comes to that. I was looking at this game, and I thought immediately I'm going to bet the Rangers. The Rangers are a bet for me. I have this game projected for the Rangers to be minus 115 road favorites in this game. And when I dove deep into this game, this is going to end up being a stay-off spot for me. Tampa Bay is bet against for me, but they are – here's the thing, though. Both these teams are coming in on a weird situation. Tampa Bay is coming in off of what was a get-right game. They beat the crap out of Philadelphia 7-0. And now they've had a few days to sit on that win, to where who knows what that. The problem with the Rangers in this game is this is their third game in 4 days, and they played New Jersey, Carolina, and then they had a day off, and they played Tampa. So this is not a fun spot here for the Rangers situationally, playing 3 games in 4 days. It's Rangers or nothing for me in this game. I'm not backing Tampa Bay. I'm not fading the Rangers at this number here. And honestly, Igor has been amazing as of late. And this will probably be the battle of the Russians. This will probably be Shesterkin and Vasilevsky. So this is a good matchup there for that. It's Rangers or nothing for me, but I don't think I'm going to get involved in this game. But I'm not fading the blue shirts right now. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's Rangers or nothing. And the only reason why I'm staying off this game is because the Rangers are going to be on their third game in 4 days where they played New Jersey, Carolina, and Tampa. That is not an easy schedule. And I think if they're going to lay an egg, I thought it was against Carolina, but I feel like if they could lay an egg, it could be tonight. I hope not because, Tampa Bay losing could help out a lot, but I kind of lean Rangers in this one, but I'm going to stay off of this one just because of their scheduling spot at the moment.
Fair. We'll head back to the chat, and then we'll head into my favorite game of the day, the one I'm most invested in, the one I put a bunch of free bets into and things along those lines, profit boosts that I threw basically all of them on this one team next game. So we'll get into it here. Lightning money line for EQ. Rangers in the under. Over 6.5 Bolts coming out strong scoring. Ready to get into my favorite game of the day, Tim? I did a free pick video on this one last night. This is the best bet on the board. The Columbus Blue Jackets are the best bet on the board today. Let's get into it here. We have the Ottawa Senators as minus 130 road favorites in this game. Total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here where Ottawa opened up as a 135 favorite. They're down to a 125. So we've had to move towards Columbus in this game. Line opened up at a minus 130 for the over 6.5. It's minus 135 now in this one. Looking at the cash flow in this game, see if we have anything to help here. And the answer is, if I can find it. There we go. Not really. 63% of the tickets are on the Senators. We have no cash flow. 484 tickets in. So we've got really nothing to work with. For starters, the wrong team is favored in this matchup here. There's no way in hell the Ottawa Senators are a road favorite against anybody right now. Have we not learned our lesson with them being road favorites? San Jose, Anaheim. The last 2 times they were big road favorites, they lost both those games. They come in snapping their 7-game losing streak with a 2-1 win over the Flightless Birds, another team that we should be looking to bet the hell out against. And we will be getting into that next game, fading the other team that the Senators played last game. The Columbus Blue Jackets are coming in off of a 3-0 loss that they deserved a much better fate. They put up 3.56 expected goals against the Montreal Canadiens, and they got shut down by Caden Primo. They had 41 shots on goal. They were the much better team in that game, and they got shut out because they ran into a hot goalie. You know who's not going to be a hot goalie in this matchup? Jonas Korpisalo, who is one of the worst graded goalies in the NHL right now when you look at goals saved above average. And this is why the Senators have been such a bad team this year, is their goaltending's been terrible. The wrong team is favored in this spot. I love the Blue Jackets in this game. And if you want to expand off the Blue Jackets here a little bit, their team total over, I think, is worth a look as well. But I've got Columbus here. I got them at plus 116 on FanDuel yesterday. I put some bonus bets on them. I got some profit boosts on them today and things along those lines. I feel very similar to this game that I did that with the Buffalo Sabres against the Red Wings, and I did with the Rangers against the Devils. I'm in absolute love with this spot here in this one. Give me the Blue Jackets here, plus 115 range. This is the best bet on the board today.
Good luck to you. I'm staying off this game. I have to have reasons to want to bet. Hockey. This is not a good reason to want to go bet hockey. I have a couple of plays. By the way, I looked at the NBA card. I don't really like much at all. I'll find something, but it's kind of rough. I like a lot of college basketball today. That's where my main focus is today. So I looked at a couple of games in hockey that I liked, but not a lot that I'm going to really try to go after today.
Fair. Back to the chat.
Go ahead. I'm 2 more plays to put up, and then packages and tracking, and I figured you can go through the chat during hockey because it's mostly hockey questions.
Hey, girl, I'm finding it funny. Taking the over, I'd lean Sens if it was in Ottawa, so maybe Blue Jackets first period for me. Fair. Blue Jackets money line over 6.5. Riders of the Storm. There you go. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Here come the Buffalo Sabres. So scared. Actually, I think it's a very good situational spot for the Buffalo Sabres. The schedule makers did them a really big favor tonight with the way they scheduled the Islanders.
Stop it.
We'll move into the next game here, though, with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Let me clear my voice so it doesn't sound like I'm saying the wrong thing. The Pittsburgh Penguins are minus 310 favorites today. I'll repeat that. The Pittsburgh Penguins are minus 310 favorites today. All right, now that I've said that twice, let's get into this matchup here. On DraftKings, they're actually down to a 298.
What?
Sorry, I was trying to find that.
Yeah, this line opened up at a 298 on DraftKings. It's still a 298. The line's not moved there. It's moved up to 310 on a couple other spots. Bovada has a 310 there. Absolutely disgusting price. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 105. It is a 6 at minus 122. So we've had a move towards the over. We've had a move towards we've had no move on the side. We have 71% of the tickets coming in on the Pittsburgh Penguins in this game. 67% of the tickets are on the over in this one as well. In this game, they'll explain. So line move towards the over. We have no cash flow on anything. Only 585 tickets in. This should be pretty obvious. There's no value on the Penguins today.
What?
In a matter of fact, I took the Sharks at plus 240 last night. I'm shocked that it's done nothing but move more towards the Penguins. And I will be looking to add the Sharks team total over at 2.5 in this one, because I have a feeling tonight we have the possibility to look at the time and say, hey, look, it's 5 past Jari. There we go. Yeah. But the Penguins as minus 310 favorites. I was capping the card yesterday and I ran my numbers. I have the Penguins around a minus 175 in this game because the Sharks are still that bad. The Sharks are still bad. So I was like, all right, maybe the Penguins are minus 190, minus 200 in this game. I saw minus 300. I almost fell out my chair laughing. I have to take the Sharks just by principle in this game at plus 240. Yes, I'm aware the Sharks are a bad hockey team. Yes, I know. However, plus 240 against this Pittsburgh Penguins team who can't score right now. And are minus 310 favorites? No. Give me the Sharks here in this spot.
Good luck to you. Once again, another one of those where I have to have a good reason to bet a hockey game, and wanting to bet a minus 310 is not one, and betting the Sharks on the opposite side is not one either. I liked my couple of games. I kind of like the Yotes in the early game. I'm going to be on my Sabres, probably going to be on the Hurricanes. Maybe Calgary later. It's just like a weird it's not a weird day, but it's a college basketball day for me. So I need to have a good reason to go and bet NHL or a good reason to go and bet NBA when there's so much college basketball going on. So for right now, not interested in as much hockey games.
Fair. Yeah, Sharks money line. That's the only way you can really look at this game. Here at Hit the Like. Best of luck, everybody. Unless you're on the Anaheim sucks. I mean the Anaheim fucks. All right, cool. No one knows. Huh?
Who are the Ducks against? Oh, the Wild. Never mind.
Wild. Yeah.
You know what? That was stupid. My bad.
Yeah. No one knows how to circle the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I mean the Sabres. Yeah. Sharks puck line in the under. That puck line is probably plus money. You think the Penguins are scoring enough to cover a puck line? I would say no. Sharks, youngest team in the league, dynasty coming. Yes, the Buffalo Sabres are 2 years away from being 2 years away. They're going to be good in a few
How many times are you going to make that joke?
No, but like with that blue line, I think Darlene, Power, now Byram are going to hold a cup above their head in the next 5 years. So that's a team that I'm very interested in futures in 2 years. Next year, playoff futures. The year after that, cup futures. San Jose or nothing. Yeah. Is Cooley in net for San Jose? I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to Magnus Chirona. He's been actually not bad for the Sharks in net this year, or in his few starts. So, Anton Forsberg in net for the Sens. I do not care. They shouldn't be road favorites still. Who's in net for the Sharks? My guess is Chirona. Do not quote me on that, though. Sharks should be very angry that the Penguins pecked them bad last matchup 10-2. That's right. The Penguins were part of that match, part of the 2 games where the Sharks gave up 10 goals in back-to-back games. Great call on the Blues yesterday. Yeah, Blues as a home dog is a lot of fun to back. They've been a lot of fun to back this year. We'll head into this matchup here where I really don't have too much of an interest in this game, but we'll get into it here. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Philadelphia Flyers. Obviously, this has implication for playoffs, at least for futures of mine, with the New York Islanders to make the playoffs. I would like them to get that 3 seed and get to play Carolina in the first round rather than get that wild card spot and have to play Florida in the first round or the Rangers in the first round. But let's get into it here in this one where Toronto opened up on DraftKings at a minus 142. It's down to a 135. So we've had a move towards Philadelphia in this game. Line opened up at a 120 for the over 6. It's still a 120. It's bounced around a little bit, but it's come back to that 120. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. We only have information on the money line in this game. 433 tickets in, not much information, but 43% of the tickets and 54% of cash is on Toronto in this game. The lines move slightly towards Philly in this game here. I'm seeing Samsonov in net for the Maple Leafs against Samuel Ersson. I have this game projected for the Leafs to be minus 110 favorites. So I see value here with Philly. Do I want to back Philly in this spot? Not particularly. I think that this is a Philly team that's going to start to regress. I think we're going to start to see Ersson get a little bit too much of the workload here because he's basically started every single game, or he's played in every single game since Carter Hart's been gone. The one game they tried to start Cal Peterson, I believe Ersson had to come into that game because Peterson was so bad against the Penguins. So this is not a Philly team I am looking to jump on at all. And this is a pretty simple pass for me. I wanted Toronto in this game, but I'm just going to stay off the spot. I'll root for the Maple Leafs for my future, but that's about it.
That's fine. I kind of lean Maple Leafs in this game. Although, for me, I would have to puck line it or something like that. Because I don't like to lay minus 130. 130 is about the max juice I'll lay. Now, is it something I could look at? Sure. But could I see this one going to be a draw? I could. Although these two teams really, Toronto doesn't care. Let's be honest. Toronto doesn't care. Can I say that Toronto's pretty much locked into that 3 seed? They're not going anywhere. They're 9 points behind Boston, and they're 8 points ahead of Tampa Bay for the wild card. So I don't see them necessarily going anywhere. I feel like they're now they're kind of back in a similar spot as the Carolina Hurricanes, who are 6 points behind the Rangers and 8 points ahead of Philly, where they're not going crazy trying to get into a playoff spot or anything like that. For me, in this one, it's a lean towards Toronto, but out at the puck line, and I could see this one going to overtime. So I want to stay away from it.
And Toronto, if they would head into the playoffs right now, would be playing Game 1 at TD Garden. Bruins in 6. Maybe 5. But actually, maybe not 5, because I think the high-end talent could steal 2 games for the Maple Leafs, but I think the Maple Leafs lose again to Boston in that series. Yo, what's good, Joe Kryptonite? Come on, Toronto. Lean Leafs money line. Flyers in the under draw, maybe draw. Joe has arrived. Chat attention. I bet the Avalanche at plus 1250 when it was Canucks 3-1, sitting there with the under 6.5. Same thing happened in the Panthers Stars game the day before. Seen it coming. Yeah, those two games that I just saw, the Avalanche and the Panthers come back from down 3-0 against very good competition. Makes me thrilled. I have both those teams' tickets in the back of my pocket for the conference and for the cup. Avalanche Florida is going to be a great Stanley Cup matchup this year. What up, fam? What's good, J Kryptonite? Sharks money line. Absolutely, absolutely. What's good, Nicholas Handy? Under 6.5 Jackets and Sens. You could probably get a 7 in that game because I saw it was juiced heavily towards the under or towards the over. My bad. In that game, under 6.5 Isle Sabres. I agree with that. And Panthers money line. Yes, Panthers money line today. We have 4 more games remaining on this card. And we have the Minnesota Wild that's minus 290 favorites here against the Anaheim Ducks. Total of 6.5 in this game. This game has really no betting interest from me. Let's get into it, though. The Wild at minus 290, let's just say do not raise my attention that much. It opened up at a 285 on DraftKings. It's down to a 278. Line opened up at a 6.5 at plus 105. It's a 6.5 at even money. Do I particularly want to go against the Minnesota Wild right now? No. Which sounds weird because this has been a team I've been finding spots to bet against this season because I don't think they're a very good hockey team in the grand scheme of things. I think they're a wild card team at best, and that's what they're trying to fight for right now is that last wild card spot, which I don't think anybody's going to catch Vegas or LA, but we never know. The Wild do have a game in St. Louis on Saturday as well, which is going to be a big game for that push for the wild card. But I really have no cash flow on this game. I really have no interest in this game. My numbers have the Wild around a minus 220 favorite in this game. So I kind of agree with them being this big of favorites. But am I looking to back them? Absolutely not at this price. And I had this game projected for around 6.25 goals. So I think in between 6 and 6.5 was right for this total. The 6.5, I can agree with that. It's an easy stay off spot for me. I know if I bet the Wild, the Ducks are going to win outright. If I bet the Ducks, the Wild wins 6-1. And if I bet the over, the game's going to be 2-1. If I bet the under, it's going to be 8-4. So pass for me here in this game.
Yeah, it would be a lean towards the Ducks, if anything. I'm just not laying. I'm not fading the Wild right now. I will say that I'm not fading the Wild. They have played better as of late. I'll give Terry credit for that one. Their last 5 games, they've gotten 9 points. So this is a team that that has been playing better hockey as of late. Is this something I want to go after? No, because the Ducks have been garbage. So I'm not trying to go after them. Once again, on a day like today, I need a good reason to want to go after a game, and minus 290 Wild team is not one of those reasons. And the Ducks on the opposite side are another one of not one of those reasons. So
agreed.
Complete stay away from me, Nick.
Fair. Let's get back into the chat here. You doing a 19 Parley again today? I'm going to this game. Go Wild. There you go, Robert. They opened minus 120 last night. It was not even money. Now minus 110 going down with the ship. Rider for the win. Open Rider. There you go. The Bronx. Wild puck line. Kaprizov 2 points. Boldy goal. That might be a way to bet this game is Wild money line with Kaprizov point or something like that. I don't know though. I'll do 4.5 in Jacket Sens. Both teams been going way under. As long as the Jackets win the game, give me a good performance from Elvis Merzlikins, and we will be good. Give us a little Elvis has entered the building type of performance tonight. We'll head to the next one here. The New Jersey Devils are heading to Dallas to take on the Stars. Stars minus 185 favorites in this game, total of 6.5 in this one. The Stars are a tricky team for me. I'm not very high on the Stars. And and obviously you've seen from the last few months, I'm not high on this New Jersey team either, and I've been dead right about this New Jersey team not being very good. I think the Stars are a tricky team. Andre's taking a step back down this year. Line opened up at a 166 up to a 180. And the line opened up at a 6.5 minus 110 and it's a 6.5 minus 105. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards Dallas in this one here. I have Dallas projected at minus 175, minus 180 range in this game. So I think this line's correct. And for the total, I have this game projected at 6.67 goals. So I think this total is slightly towards the over. But other than that, I don't really have too much interest in this spot here. I don't want to back New Jersey. But I don't want to lay this number on the Stars either. So simple pass for me in this game.
Cool. It would be a lean towards maybe Dallas regulation. And the only reason why I say regulation is I don't want to trust them with a puck line. Although they've won 5 out of their last 6 games, and out of the 5 games that they won, they covered the puck line in 3 of them. The other 2 went to overtime. And the 2 overtime games were against the Sharks. Both of them.
Sharks always play them tough for whatever reason, though.
They do. Hey, you know what? Good for the Sharks. So I look at this one. Yeah, I don't. Another one that I don't need to get involved in. It's a lean towards Dallas. If whatever you get them in regulation. Let's see. What can I get Dallas in regulation at? Just because I don't want to lay a puck line on them.
You could probably get what, minus 125?
3-way. Minus 125. That's not bad. I lean that way. Am I going after it? No.
Fair enough. Let's get back to the chat, and then we have 2 more games left, which I got to go through pretty quickly. One I actually do have a bet on, but yeah. Wild should be upset they didn't choke to the Ducks before the All-Star break. That's right. Last note about last night. After those quick scores by Canucks, I had a plus 40-50 live under 6.5, but it lost. Oh well. Or come on, yeah. Like these referees in that Texas game, they ruined everything last night. Fair. I agree, Cam. The fix was in for Kansas State after all the conference tournament is in Missouri. Dallas first line, all they get a point. ECU college basketball minus 2.5. That game's at
I'm seeing up to 3.5 now.
I stayed off that. At 3.5, I can only look towards Tulsa. At 3.5, I can only look towards Tulsa. Under. Fair. We'll move on. This is the last game I have a play on. I don't think I want to bet the final game between Washington and Seattle. Let's get into this one, though. We have the Golden Knights and the Calgary Flames. The Knights minus 150 favorites, total of 6.5 in this spot here. Let's take a look at the line history here between the VGK and the Calgary Flames. This line opened up at a 130. It's up to a 148 now for Vegas. Line opened up at a 6.5 at even money. It's a 6.5 at minus 105 now. So we've had to move towards the over. We've had to move towards Vegas in this spot here. This was a play I did bet last night, which I believe you can get around the similar price that I got. We have 62% of the tickets, 81% of cash on Vegas. The line moving towards Vegas in this spot. I have moved on this game. I am on the Vegas Golden Knights minus 1 line at plus 110. And yes, the Calgary Flames have been a team I have been backing a decent amount recently. However, Jacob Markstrom's out now. And that was the one thing that was helping them keep in games, because this was a team that gets outplayed in a lot of games. And now we've gone from Jacob Markstrom to Dustin Wolf or Dan Vladar. And Vladar, to say he's been bad is flattering. He's one of the worst projected goaltenders in the league this season. This season, he's been that bad. And with him in net, I'm going to look to just bet against the Calgary Flames until they get Markstrom back. I think the Calgary Flames will be a great fade team with either him or Wolf in net. Wolf is very unexperienced. He has the potential to be a franchise goaltender for the Calgary Flames for years to come. However, he's just not ready yet. Regardless of who's in this game here, I look for Vegas to take care of business. I got Vegas minus 1 at plus 110 in this game.
Once again, I didn't bet anything in the last 2 games. So, and I will say for the NBA section, I'm sorry, I'm only gonna be talking over one game. There's a lot of ugly games today, and well, you're leaving, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to waste waste people's time by saying pass on 5 out of the 6 games. I do have one game that I will dive into, which I really like. Other than that, not really interested in the NBA today. I'll give out a couple college basketball plays instead. I'll give you guys that.
Fair. VGK money line parlay. Yeah, I can see
It could
that.
be parlay piece.
I'm on the Capitals and under. Again, I like Payne, especially after Capitals got run over by the Oilers. VGK and the over. Yeah, I can only look over in this game as well. I have the game projected at 6.5, which I think the line's correct, but maybe look towards Vegas team total over. I think that's a play I would like to add after the show is Vegas team total over, as well as San Jose team total over. Those are 2 team totals I'm going to look to add here. We'll get into the final spot here with the Washington Capitals and the Seattle Kraken. Kraken minus 165 favorites. Total 6 in this game. I want to back the Capitals in this game a little bit. It's going to be Charlie Lindgren in net for the Capitals against. I'm projecting Joey Decord in this game here. Taking a look at the cash flow, or looking at the line history in this one, it opened up at a 175. It's down to a 162. So we've had a move towards Washington in this game, and this line opened up at a 5.5. It actually has gone up to a 6, which is kind of interesting here. The line moved up, and I have 40% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the Capitals in this game here. This is a game I'm probably going to take a little bit deeper of a look here after the show and look to grab the Capitals potentially in this game. I just don't trust the Kraken at this type of number. So it's a lean towards Washington for me. I might add them after the show here, but it's Caps or nothing for me in this spot.
Good luck to you. I'm trying to you can go back to the chat. I have nothing in this game. I'm trying to quickly get all the stuff up because I do have a play in the first game, which starts in, I think, half an hour. So, or sorry, in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Right? Which is, you know what? It's Toledo. I'm on Toledo to open up today. There you go.
Cameron saying it's such a nice day outside. The winds are coming in our way today, chat. Yep. Caps plus 145. The Caps are old and slow. They showed that last night. Fair. Joe, give the chat a crazy plus money parlay for today. Caps play better with Lindgren in net. They're also a team that's played really well on second half of back-to-back. So, but this is I'm going to peace out here now. I got class in a couple minutes. So I'll let Tim take over for the NBA section.
Sounds good. And for the NBA section, we'll be talking over one singular game. And I apologize to anybody who is super interested in the NBA today. I like one game, and that's it. And we'll be looking at the 76ers and the Bucks for that one game. And I looked at this one. You got the Bucks at an 8-point favorite. 219.5 is the total. Although I was able to get 220. I like the under. This is a Philadelphia team that has been not scoring. Last 3 games, 95, 79, and 79 points. Not to mention actually they played the next 2 games in a row, scored 79 both games. The Bucks, my one worry with the under is that the Bucks will score, but I think that they shut down the 76ers, and I think the Sixers score like the 70, 80 points again, and this one ends up being 111 to 80. So I could easily see the Bucks covering in this one, especially after they went and got blown out by Sacramento by 35 points. So an ugly game there for the Bucks. I could easily see this one being a blowout in favor of the Buccaneers, the Milwaukee Bucks today. But I do like the under in this game. Maybe even Philadelphia team total under could be a good play. But I am going to be on the under as my only NBA play and the only game that we will discuss. Now, I will say, because I'm not going to be able to get it out, or I might be able to get it out before the game starts. Toledo minus 5.5 will be a play from the early games, from the early 11 o'clock game that starts in 2 minutes. And then we're also going to be on Richmond in one of the early games. I believe I did that one as a free pick video on ESB. Was the Richmond game? Oh no, I didn't do Richmond because that was part of my balling out. Actually, I could pull that up real quick. So if you guys didn't watch Balling Out last night, here's a quick sneak preview because I only talked one NBA game. I am on Richmond. I'm on VCU, and we're on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was my free pick video for ESB last night. So those are a couple of college basketball plays for you guys, because I know it's not a lot of NBA, especially with March Madness. NBA takes a backseat 100% to March Madness, so you'll see a lot less volume with NBA as it normally is with March Madness now. So there is 3 plays in college basketball and my 1 play that I like for the NBA. You bet $200 on the South Carolina women's basketball to win their championship. Sounds good. Hockey soon. They're at minus 120. Yeah, they should run away with it, right? Are they still undefeated? I honestly don't know. They don't even have that on covers. All I know is that ECU did not get in. Unfortunately, they lost last night to Rice. They got blown out. But go to rankings. Yeah, South Carolina 32-0. Iowa is number 2 in the nation. Good luck to them. Good luck to you on that one. I'm not betting any women's. Yeah, the Bucks should crush them 100%. That is all of the games that we'll talk about. Richmond and Toledo. Yep, I'm on both of those. I just discussed that. Richmond and Toledo today for college basketball, along with Pittsburgh. So there you go. That is all the stuff for today. Quick recap and then heading on out. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. Those are the important ones. YouTube channel, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all that linked down below. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the YouTube channel, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. That's where you can jump on all of that. Recap for me for hockey today. I'll be on the Canes. I'll be on the Sabres. And I'll be on Canes, Sabres, and maybe the Yotes. For the NBA, I'm just on the under in the Bucks game. And then I mentioned Toledo. I mentioned Richmond and Pittsburgh and VCU. So there you go. There's some college basketball for you guys. Xavier to cover. Who has Xavier got today? Aren't they against UConn? Sure, why not? I don't hate Xavier to cover. Thank you, guys. Of course, Fernando. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Seeing that Nick's not here, we'll quickly. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.